obedience and guidance. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. But be very careful to keep the commandment and the law that Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave you, to love the Lord your God, to walk in obedience to him, to keep his commands, to hold fast to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart. For they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. As obedient children, do not conform to the evil desires you had when you lived in ignorance. For this command is a lamp, this teaching is a light, and correction and instruction are the way to life. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. I instruct you in the way of wisdom and lead you along straight paths. Walk in obedience to all that the Lord your God has commanded you, so that you may live and prosper and prolong your days in the land that you will possess. He replied, "Blessed rather are those who hear the word of God and obey it." If you love me, keep my commands. Keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Now, if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession, although the whole earth is mine. And this is love, that we walk in obedience to His commands. As you have heard from the beginning, His command is that you walk in love. Don't you know that when you offer yourselves to someone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of the one you obey, whether you are slaves to sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness? But Samuel replied, "Does the Lord delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as much as in obeying the Lord? To obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams." In fact, this is love for God, to keep His commands. And His commands are not burdensome. Blessed are those whose ways are blameless, who walk according to the law of the Lord. Not everyone who says to me, "Lord, Lord," will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. To do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. And I will put my Spirit in you and move you to follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. If you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good things of the land. Have confidence in your leaders and submit to their authority, because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account. Do this so that their work will be a joy, not a burden, for that would be of no benefit to you. Blessed are all who fear the Lord, who walk in obedience to Him.